everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is part 2 of my no chipboard album. So if you watched part 1, this is how far we've got. We have our first mats on our front and our back and on the cover, and then we have our pages on the inside. So our next thing that we're going to do is you have to pick your paper pad, obviously, that you like. Now, to get the most out of your paper, I would recommend using a 12 by 12 pad, or at least A4. This is the one I'm using. The cover is missing from it, so I don't know what it's called. I've had it for a long while, but it's from first edition, so it's Trimcraft first edition. And because I'm doing it for a wedding, I thought these were quite nice. You've got butterflies and it's all sort of blacks and creams, so I'm going to do that one. Obviously the one that I'd done before was a baby one. That was Trimcraft as well, but it was a baby boy one. So, and I wanted to show you, actually I forgot to show you on the part 1, all that I added to this album after I had finished filming was these 3 buttons on the spine and this little bow on the front of the baby vest. So that is my 12 by 12 that I have picked for this. So what I've done, if I get out these few pieces, and I'll tell you what we're going to need for our first page and things. I have decided that I'm going to put this paper on my front and back cover. It's like, I don't know if it shows up on camera, it's sparkly. I don't know if you can see that, but it's really sparkly. So I'm going to put this on the front, on the back and on the spine. Actually, what did I do with... 2 seconds. Okay, I realised I hadn't cut a bit out for the spine, but I've fixed that now. So what you want to do then is pick whatever designer paper that you want to have on your front cover and your back cover. As I say, I've picked this one and a bit for my spine. So these ones have to be 7.5 down the way, and the width is 5.5, and the spine is 7.5 by 2.5. So we'll go ahead and put these on, making sure that's the right way. Again, just using my wet glue all the way around the edge. And this again gives your page even more stability, your book. So I'm just leaving the same border all the way around and just popping that on there. Obviously that's now ready to be decorated. When we move on to that stage, then the spine, just pop on our glue. I had to actually go out and get another one of these glues was it New Year's Eve, the day before New Year's Eve. I had to pop to the range. I go through so much of it, but it's only £2, I think it's £2.49 or £2.99 out the range, which is fab for that, because it's a 240ml bottle, so it's really good, so it lasts. And then this one, let's just make sure, make sure I've got it up the right way. Yes, I have. And add my glue on. So it's starting to look really pretty already, and we've not really hardly done anything to it. As soon as you start adding your papers and things, it starts to look more like an album. So again with this one, I'm just making sure I've got the same border all the way around on my matting layer, and then just apply some pressure. So we now have our front done, our back, our spine and our back, which is looking really pretty. So now we're going to move on to this first page here, our inside page of our inside cover. Now we can put this to the side, because what we're going to do is build our page up and then add it in. So I'm going to tell you what you need so that you can pause this and then get everything ready. So first of all, I'll quickly show you again, just as a reminder, what we're doing on our first page. So if we open it up, this is our first page. At the top here we've got a border. Now you'll notice on this one I've used a punch. I actually used this punch. It's an X-cut punch. And I punched all the way along the top, but I'll show you I've done something different on this. But this is a pocket, and I've just put in some Project Life cards in here, but you can make your own tags if you want. And then we're going to have this flip out, and then this flip out. And then obviously we can decorate it all inside. So that's what we're doing on our page 1. So we take one of our 8x6 mats that we've already cut out of our plain card. And then we need a piece of our designer paper. Now whatever one you have picked is absolutely fine. Like I said, I've used a trim craft pad for this one, and this mat has to be, and I haven't even written my measurements on this one, sorry, it is about 5 3/4 by 7.5. 5 3/4 by 7.5. You could even do 5.5 by 7.5 if you wanted to, but mine is 5.5 by 7 3/4. So let me just check that out. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. Okay, so what we're going to do now is, let me think, what am I doing? So we need that. So you need your 8x6, your 7.5 by 5 3/4. Then you need this piece, which is going to make our pocket. And this piece is 6 1/4 that way. Wait a wee second. Can it be 6 1/4? I must have written that down wrong. No, scrap that. Sorry. It's 6 inches that way. So it's 6 inches this way, the same as your paper. So you've got your 8x6, then you've got your 6 by 5.5. Okay, something has just happened to my camera. I don't know if you'll be able to see that, but it's went, that's it, it went a bit wavy there for some reason. So we've got these 3 pieces now, and then what we need is a piece to go on here to decorate the front of our pocket, which is 5 by 6. So it has to be, it has to fit just inside our pocket. You can see that. So the pocket itself is 6 inches across by 5.5, like I said, and then this one is 5 inches down the way. No, 5 inches. Wait a wee second, I'm getting mixed up. Okay, my lovies, I'm sorry about that, I'm getting myself all mixed up. The piece that we are going to put on top, let me start from the beginning, okay? 8x6, this piece here is 5 3/4 by 7.5, okay? 8x6, 5 3/4 by 7.5. Then we need our piece for our pocket, which is 6 across the way, 5.5 down the way. Then we need this piece that's going to decorate the top of the pocket, which is 5 down the way and 5 3/4 inches across the way. Okay, 5 by 5 3/4, and that's going to go on the top of there. So I will show you this first of all. This piece can now get glued onto the back of this piece. So we're just going to take our glue and pop it all the way down. So this is our 7 inch by our 5 3/4 inch, and it's going on to the 8x6. Okay, so it just gives it enough to leave a wee border all the way around, like so. Okay, and then we'll pop that to the side just now. Now what I've done is, you'll notice in the baby album, like I said, I had punched along the top of the pocket here. But for a wee bit of difference, you can do that if you like, you can now punch along your largest piece, which is your 6 by 5.5 piece. You can punch along the top here. But what I've done is I've taken my corner punch and I've just punched out the corners on this piece, and then my 5 by 5 3/4 piece I have punched out the corners as well, and that's the piece that's going to go on top here. So I'm just going to add this on here, and this is just a piece that matches the piece that I've used to decorate this page. So I've kept it all the same. On some of the pages I've mixed and matched the paper, but on this one I've kept it the same. So I'm going to pop this on top of here and just kind of, wait a minute, I'm going to switch it over because you can see my writing. It's alright, I'll just rub it out actually. Okay, so I'm just going to pop that on there, leaving a nice wee border all the way around the edges again, so it looks cute. And then I've got a tiny wee pencil mark here at the bottom that I'm just going to rub out with, had my measurements on it. Okay, so that is the front of her pocket. So as you can see, that is going to go on to here, but not yet, and that will leave the pocket at the top. So I'm going to take the pocket, and what I want to do is now you need to cut out 2 pieces of card, the same card that we've been using all the way through, and you want it to be 5 inches across this way by 3 inches, and you need 2 of them, 2 5 by 3 inches, okay? And then you need 2 of your designer paper, 4 inches by 2.5 inches. 2 of these. Actually, you need 4 of these because there's 2, 1 on each side. So you need 4 of these. You'll see what I mean when we add them on. So what we're going to do is, we'll just get everything ready and I'm going to show you how to assemble this. Okay, so you need to get your scoreboard out now. And these 2 pieces that we've got that are 5 by 3, we are going to score them on the 3-inch side at 1/2 inch. Okay, so just lining it up and again scoring it at 1/2 inch. So you'll notice in this tutorial that there isn't any like 1/8 of an inch or anything like that. I try and keep everything on the inch, the 1/4 of the inch, the 1/2 inch or the 3/4 of an inch, just to try and make it a bit simpler for myself and for everybody else to follow. So we've done that. We've scored both pieces at 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch. My goodness, I'm confusing myself here. Okay, so what we need to do now is take our pocket piece, just place that to the side a wee second, fold on our 1/2 inch score lines, so just fold these over. Okay, and then we're going to place on our patterned paper that we cut out ready. So like I said, these pieces are 4 by 2.5, and we're just going to centre them with our wee border around the outside to decorate these flaps. So that one goes there, this one goes on the front side of the other one, like so, and then turn them over because we're going to decorate both sides. That's why we needed 4 pieces, and I've just got 2 different matching pieces of paper here, and I'm going to pop these on here. This is all from the same designer pad so that it all matches up. So I'll put that on that side, and then this piece on this side. So I hope I'm explaining it all okay. If I'm not, if you've got any questions at all, please just leave them in the comments down below and I'll be happy to answer any questions, because I know I'm not the best at explaining things on tutorials, so please feel free to ask me anything at all and I'll answer it for you. Okay, so we've now got these 2 flaps. Those are the fronts. We've got our flat bits on the back with our paper. So what we're going to do is attach these to the pocket. So we want them so that this is the front of the pocket, as if you're looking at it face on. We want to attach one at the bottom and one this side at the top, just slightly overlapping it, like so. So what we're going to do is do the bottom one first. What is happening to my camera? I don't know if you can see that. It's like, sorry about that. The camera looks as if it was going like all wavy. I don't know if you guys could see it, but hopefully not. So what we're going to do is, on our flap, this is the front. So on the front of our flap, we're just going to pop on some glue here. Yeah, on some glue there, and then on the inside of the flap as well. And then we're just going to place it where we want it to go on our pocket, like so. You didn't actually have to put any glue on the back of that. You can take that off if you want, or just leave it, but you only need to put glue on the inside of the flap. So if we just open it up, give it a wee press down, and then take our next one, just position it where it's going to go, and then put the glue on the inside this time. That was a mistake the last time. Don't put it on the outside, put it on the inside. Sorry guys, I am going to make a couple of mistakes. Hopefully nothing that can't be fixed. So we just place that one down on the edge and pop it down like so. Open it up and give it a wee press. So now what we have is this top opening one and bottom opening one. And now we're going to attach this onto our card, our piece of card with our paper on it. And I want to put it right to the very bottom to make the pocket. So, because it's a pocket, we're not going to glue it all the way around, obviously, because we want it to open. I'm just going to pop some glue down the edge, all the way around the bottom, like so. At this point you have a couple of choices. If you want your pocket to be this deep, you only put your glue around the very bottom and around the sides. I, however, want my pocket only to be half this deep because I want to put some Portrait Life cards in it. So I'm going to put my glue halfway up and then all the way here, so that this part is just the pocket. And then I'm going to glue this to the very bottom on here, making sure it's all straight and all lined up and there's no glue popping out. Just give it a good hard press down. So as you can see, at this point it's still not in our album. I'm just taking off any extra glue that I see popping through, giving it a wee rub, making sure my pocket's open at the top, which it is. Getting rid of some of this glue off here. And now, so what we have now is our page with our top, oops, it's still got to dry obviously. Just rub some of this glue away. Okay, just rub some of that off. With our pocket that opens up here and our two flaps. Oops, here. Take this out of the way. Okay, so now we're going to glue this whole page into our book. You take your book, open it up to page 1. Just lay it down. Now please be aware, because I made this mistake on my first book. You don't want to glue it, when you look at it like that, you think you can glue it right up to here. You have to be aware that we have this crease here and not glue over it, because I did the first time make that mistake. So I get glue absolutely everywhere. I don't know how I do it. So what you want to do now is cover your whole back of the card with your glue so that we can glue it into our book. Like so. and then we're going to position it inside the book, making sure not to put it over our score line, and just putting it up so that we've got a nice border all the way around, and so that it's nice and even, and then give it a good hard press down. Make sure that it all sticks and we've got a good secure bond all the way around. And there is our first page ready to be decorated. So we have our front page, we have our first page, opens, and then you have your top pocket here, and I'll just demonstrate that you can put your tags in here, and obviously you can decorate it any way you like. So that's our first page. I'm going to upload this video and then I will come back with our second page. Thank you. I'll see you guys soon.